What's good? It's Chigozy. It's Sunday, September 22nd, 2019. It's Banned Books Week. These were the most challenged books last year. This is from CNN, so you know it's from the government, which is a one world order, mind control organization run by the Freemasons, the Zionist Jew banking interests, the Jesuit order, the Masonic order within the Catholic Church. And here are the 10 banned books, or 11 banned books, excuse me. Of course, 11 the master number. But before we get into this, let's get this out the way. Right away. The word book equals 43. B is the second letter. O is the 15th. K is the 11th. See how you add those? 43. So this is coming out today, September 22nd, a day with a life lesson number of 43. 9 plus 22 plus 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 9 equals 43. Book 43. So seeing this, you see very clearly what they're doing. Don't forget that today is also 25 numerology. 9 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 9. 25. Book in the full reduction. But letting K remain 11, the master number, just like how there's 11 books in this propaganda we're about to look at, book equals 25. So you see how we get 25, 43, like book. The plural books, that's what they're saying. We don't get much of a match. I'm just showing this out to show you that it's the root word they like to use as well, and you want to look for that too. So before we even look at this video is to help share Zachary K. Hubbard's book, Letters and Numbers, because it's Banned Books Week. Let's talk about the #1 most challenged book by Etsy. And again, CNN, Etsy, it's all run by the same gang. You know, I'm not going to have Etsy ban Zach's book and then be like, oh no, they're affiliated with the Zionist Jews. It's Etsy. I think the guy, some celebrity runs it. I can't exactly remember who. But here's the book here on sales now. It's been doing well here. Please buy the book. It's $5. I don't know why anyone would not buy the book. I mean, how can you spend $5 on anything else? Since this book came out, you could have saved a penny a day and been close to being able to buy it by now. And it's a book that's almost 800 pages. And look how it's laid out. You have, like in this section, different shootings, all by these numbers. And Zach shows you the headline, shows you the numbers used. And doesn't this look very familiar? You can just glimpse at this now. Think about what we're seeing on my channel. It's the same exact thing. See the 113, Dallas equals 113, shooting at 11:30 in Dallas. Here on March 3rd, 2018, there's a shooting. Remember the guy who shot himself in front of the White House? This is complete bullshit, fake news propaganda from the federal government. Law enforcement's involved, police 33, White House, Washington, D.C., both equal 137. That's the 33rd prime, so on 3/3. Masonry 33, secrecy 33, federal 33, order 33. All packaged right here in a few paragraphs. So, you know, to not get this book just shows that you really don't want to understand what's going on. You don't want to reference. Look how easy this was for me to find. It's easiest to do Control F, you know, murder by numbers. You can find all the parts in the book where he mentions it. You can even see where the chapter starts if you get lucky, you know, based on where you're hitting find from. But, you know, there's, of course, a table of contents and everything. You can figure out what to do. It's a book. It's an ebook. That's the beauty of it. But JWD, so his channel, I can't exactly say the name because I don't remember. Like, I know what it looks like, but I can't recite it. But I'll try to link it in the description. And he shows you how for about $40 you can print this book in the print version. But having the ebook is also good, you know, for reference, studying. So this is the banned book. You know, Charles Manson, leader of murderous 60s cult. Remember, he died at 83, murder 83. Leader of murderous cults. Just a bunch of jokes from the federal government, this one world order. So this is a giant book of riddles, all from Zach, who just had his 18th channel deleted by YouTube. So please, I linked this book in my description. I'll put it in the comments. Get the book if you haven't already. It's a banned book, banned from Etsy. Here's proof. And it will absolutely change your outlook and everything. And again, if you're new to this, I don't like to call it a textbook because it makes it sound boring, but I mean, for my online course on YouTube for free, that's the textbook for it. You can look at it like that because everything I teach on here can be found in the book. George by Alex Gino. So of course, I mean, this children's novel made the list because it features a transgender character, according to the ALA. And by challenge, I think they mean maybe banned in schools or challenged by parents. Again, I don't have any opinions on any of this stuff. To me, it's all divisive nonsense. But I think it goes without saying for some of these. I've had people comment like they have children in these schools, and here they're bringing all this transgender stuff around. And you know how impressionable kids can be. And I know someone saying, well, they should have the choice. I'm like, come on. The government's rolling out all these agendas, and everyone has to just accept every last thing, every unnatural thing that the government puts in front of us. We have to accept. That's what the whole programming is. We shouldn't accept it, especially if we don't want to, but that's what college is all about. That's what schools, the books are all about. George. No, doesn't George equal... No. I don't want to say 39. That's not 39. Yes, it is. Of course it's 39. Like masonry. So we have masonry, W. Bush, masonry, H.W. Bush, masonry, George. So we have band equals. Okay, band 22. Let's get these out the way in case we see those. I'm going to say George again. Okay, I want to type this in because, again, we get for gender, this is about gender, transgender, gender both equal 53. So for these type of riddles, you might want to look for the 53 just to see a clear coding or something. Alex Gino, I don't know what his name equals. It easily won't equal 53. It's very possible. Alex Gino 42, 39 like George. I mean, but they make it the name of the book. He wrote George 2439 by what? Alex Gino 3942 to reflection. See what I'm saying? So we first entry already by the numbers. A Day in the Life of Marlon Bundo by Jill Twiss, illustrated by E.G. Keller. You know, 5, 7, Keller, Scottish Rite 57, George 57 like Scottish Rites. Who's the first president of America, supposedly? George Washington, the 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason. And where did he work? Where did that employee work? Oh, we were already there in the book, but we saw at the White House on March 3rd, 2018. George Washington has set foot there before, supposedly. So that's clear evidence of that Mason participating in this agenda. He's all by the numbers. And I'm saying this, that means you can just go on his Wikipedia page, look at his numerology, look at the things he did. It'll all be by the numbers for Masonry. Captain Underpants. Yeah, I remember how this has been controversial. I mean, this is all just controlled crap still. Like, even then, I don't think any books should be banned. Like, I don't think... Yes, I think these books should be around. Children just learn to, like... I know they're impressionable and everything. And I know a lot of the stuff is propaganda and mind control. But people should eventually learn to be presented with information and have the choice on what to accept and reject. Or else you grow up to be some person who believes all sorts of nonsense put up by the government because you were never trained to receive all sorts of information and be able to distinguish between bullshit and whatnot and what's not bullshit. You know, Captain Underpants is just toilet humor. Oh, but it had included a same-sex couple. I mean, even then, these shouldn't be banned for anything. It's just governments trying to control information. So I was trying to make this video to promote Zach's book. I thought it was very fitting for Banned Books Week to actually show you a banned book that's worth reading. This is all just distraction from the government. So yeah, here's my final thing then. If you really wanted to read any of these, before you read any of these, please read this book. At least read the first chapter, because Zach says all the time, the first chapter, the first 50 pages, the first 100 pages. really sets a tone for, the history of Kabbalah, the 26-letter alphabet, the God code, how it connects to God. And you can see then why they're doing all this. I mean, so many people ask why they do this, why they keep doing this, why the numbers, why the letters. It's like you could have just read the first chapter of the book and seen it. It's all in there. And again, it's an ebook, so you can control F what you think you want to know and look for it. So there's really no reason not to look for it. If it was only paperback and you'd have to like skip through all parts inside and read through, then sure, but you have the ebook, so there's no reason not to find something. So this is all just this is all gay, transgender, LGBTQIA. Okay, I see why Zach calls it the organization with so many letters. Because it's not just LGBTQ, it's now LGBTQIA+. What the fuck is this? Talk about an agenda. Why can't you just be a fucking human being? Like, whether you're attracted to men or women or you want to dress up like a female, it's like, that's, I don't think you need some big giant acronym to like identify with anything. It just all puts you in a box, ships you off down a path of agenda. I don't even want to click anything. I mean, before you know, they give me something that YouTube's like, hey, we're going to strike your video. And I don't like to edit my videos. So yeah, I think it's just probably smart to just close the video without making it super long. But yeah, get the book, read it, reference it, support the work. I guess we can talk about a bit more of the propaganda while we can. Failure in Wisconsin is Jim Harbaugh, rock bottom at Michigan. It's just Jim Harbaugh's an actor. I mean, what else do you need to see? Wisconsin 44, Michigan, also with that type of coding. Michigan 44 like Wisconsin, see what I'm saying? Talk about failure, kill number, kill, cut, execution. 46 also like Michigan, like sacrifice. Very clear to see what they're doing right here already. And again, I have no clue what happened in college football yesterday. I just see how they do have this 26 as well, special number to the Vescopie football. God number as well. What is this? Madison, outcoached, outplayed, outclassed. I mean, I hate how they rate this stuff, just for the dumbest sports fans ever. For the first drive, it should be Big Ten showdown. Jim Harbaugh and his Michigan Wolverines hardly put up a fight. What happened Saturday at Camp Randall Stadium was a complete, thorough 60-minute disaster. Death in ALW Kabbalah equals 60. Out. You see how they're selling you this. Look, and 55 games into Harbaugh's tenure, he has nothing to show for it. Sacrifice 55. And that's why Michigan, first off, this is all happening, because I know he's the Michigan coach. This is all happening against Wisconsin. Why is it happening against Wisconsin? Wisconsin equals 44. Well, where else can we find out how this happened? Oh, nice. I have a 800-page reference right here. Let me type in 44. Oh, look. It's loading all the numbers. Oh, look. We didn't have to change the page. It just shows how chock full of information this book is. Where some random part where we are, because I just, was showing you the book. They also said Jack the Ripper did the last of his killing on February 13th, or 213, the 44th day of the year. And again, that's the same day Tupac's final album, All Eyes on Me, came out, and he dies 213 days later. Death equals 213 in a satanic cipher. With facts such as these, I'm quoting from the book right now, it becomes no coincidence the film 213 about a serial killer released on April 25th, 2009, a date with numerology 38, death, killing, murder 38, and with April 25th being the 115th day of the year, as you learn the word killing has gematria of 115 in reverse ordinal and Jewish. So we didn't even have to click any of the arrows. Oh my goodness. It just shows how good this book is, and it shows how repetitive this pattern is. How you can have the book open right next to the propaganda and see. You know, right now we have Justin Trudeau in a shaming ritual, so he's here too, right next to it. But this is just perfect. This is such a good video showing you the power of this book, why you need to buy it, how good of a reference it is, how you have so many examples in that book, and how every single day the mainstream media news will give you more examples from the world of sports, from government, to politics, finance, and more. And I just really can't believe this type of ritual. Michigan 46, like sacrifice 55. This is 55 games to his tenure. That's why they let you know this. Why? Think about it. No one cares about this. If you ask any Michigan fan how many, okay, maybe the really hardcore ones will know, but like most Michigan fans or Ohio State fans too, because if they're your rivals, why can't you know about how many games? You should know your enemy. You know, dumb fucking OSU fans don't know shit. All they care about is being deceived by the state of Ohio, by the Freemasons. So, you know, why don't you know that's 55 games in his tenure? Because you don't care. It's the numbers. It's too much. No. Well, they're letting you know. Why are they letting you know? Because it's part of the ritual. And I say it all the time. I don't like Bleacher Report because they don't have update times, but I do gotta click on it. They always put the numbers in. They make up for it. They put the numbers in the paragraphs. They have the tweets with the time. You know, Freemason 122. 22, a big football number, game of 11 on 11. Huh. Here, we even get a tweet from Westlake, Ohio. Do you see this? Divisive bullshit propaganda and deception. We gotta talk shit about Michigan from Ohio. The Toledo War. Toledo, Ohio, that's where Urban Meyer's from. The Toledo War was against Michigan and Ohio about the getting Toledo. Toledo's a port city. Of course, you know, it's around water. So this Phoenician gang puts on some play. It's a completely contrived war. Ohio's going to have Toledo from the start, but they use it to divide Michigan and Ohio. And since then, they use the college football teams to keep them divided. That's why here, you know, if I walked around OSU campus wearing full Michigan gear, I would get shit from people because they're fucking retarded. That's the only answer. To make sports, if someone's wearing sports shit and you start having some emotional reaction to that, it's because you are suffering from a mental illness. You have to be mentally ill for, especially college sports. I mean, NFL is even worse. They're both fake as hell, but I mean, so it's honestly, it's my opinion what's worse. They're both fucking stupid. They're both just as retarded and dumb. But, you know, for someone to wear OSU and Michigan or Michigan and OSU and you throw a tantrum, you want to fight them and all sorts of things, that's a sign of complete mental illness. Because you're not fighting them over anything else. You're fighting them over the programming. What you've been programmed to react to complete fake games. You know, Death 25, Thelema 125, Spiritual 125, Numerology 125. That's what this is. Numerology. 338, Death Killing Murder 38. So yeah, this has been a pretty good video. We gotta see examples. We gotta see how they're using this. 51 yards, 72 yards. I don't really get those for the context. I know Judge Order 72. I know Buckeye 72, but again, this is Michigan, and they're not playing against Ohio, so I don't want to go there. Although then they do this. Hayden Grove. I mean, who is this guy? He's probably some college athlete. We got 7 days from his birthday this game is. He's being used in this riddle. It's more than just a tweet. You know that, right? Hayden Grove. Oh, this is different. This is someone I don't even know of. But, you know, he's on Wikipedia. I don't know, guys. This guy might not be connected. You can have a Wikipedia page and not be connected. It's rare, but it's possible. That doesn't mean they won't use you for a ritual, though. So Hayden Grove, you know, I can't say much about him. We can do his name gematria then. Hayden Grove, 4761. Okay. It's just every single time. I'm honestly sick of this. 4761, just like Ohio. And where's this tweet coming from? The state of Ohio, from Westlake. This is by Cleveland. Which is it's not by Toledo, but it's North Ohio. It's just east instead of west. So I guess that's besides the point. They might be going for some sort of, I don't know why they're using Westlake. But Westlake is kind of by Cleveland. Or at least it's closer to Cleveland than I'm in. Yeah, it's in the same county. I mean, literally, it's pretty much Cleveland. It's a suburb of Cleveland. Cuyahoga County, when we see out, CC 33, the Freemasons up there putting out all sorts of rituals by the numbers. Cleveland equals 33 as well. So Westlake, Ohio is participating in this sports bullshit ritual by the numbers. Westlake 9648, like Freemason. It's run by the Freemasons. Westlake OH 119, like Saturn 38, death, killing, murder. You using this ritual. Westlake, Ohio 53, the 16th prime. Ohio 16. The ratification in 53. Here 181, the 42nd prime. And then again, you can go to the book. You can type in Ohio, and then watch. Everything will just fit the pattern. The Ohio State Buckeyes example, which I need to share more often as well. Ohio State equals, in the Jewish cipher, or no, in the English extended equals 643. I'll show you this. It just shows you what these people are doing. Again, we're talking about Michigan here, but Michigan, Ohio, Wisconsin, they all participate in the same thing together. Ohio State 643, that's the 117th prime. So I need to, oh my goodness. This is an example I have to show all the time. It's so good. Ohio State 643, that's the 117th prime. They're the what? The Buckeyes. Buckeye equals 117. Reverse alphabetical order. Ohio equals 117 in the Jewish cipher. See what I'm saying? See Ohio 117, and then Buckeyes also in the Francis Bacon equals 117 as well. Buckeye 117, the Godfather 117, that's LeBron James' nickname. I show you this example all the time too. See? Godfather. And look how fast this was. We just Control F, Ohio. That's why all my videos for Ohio I've put out, you don't even need a single one of those. Anytime I make an Ohio video, if it's your first time, if you had the book, you just have to do Control F. This is actually really cool. Look at this. Maybe Zach will see this one day. I'll have to tell him this. If you search his book for Ohio, this is the first edition. But if you search the book for Ohio, it's 1 out of 53. So there's 53 instances of Ohio in this book. 53 is the 16th prime. Ohio equals 16. And remember, they're admitted to the Union March 1st, 1803, but it was, retroactively done in 1953. Oh, this is a really good organic example. I don't think Zach did it on purpose. He could have, but I don't think he did. In chapter 4, you will learn how both Ohio and time sum to 187 as well. Yep. The word time equals 47. Remember Trump's GOP convention in Ohio? And why? Because he's an actor playing the role of Saturn, the keeper of time. This book shows you exactly that riddle right here. See their compass, 47 degrees with a 90-degree square, 137 degrees. White House 137, Washington, D.C. 137. Pole star equals 47. It's the circle at the top of the compass. So I'm going to close the video without making this exceptionally long. And I say it all the time, but I guess at this point, really, what else do you need to see? I've given you the resources. We've seen fresh examples in the propaganda. And I always love it when it's from sports because it proves, like, guys, I don't watch college football. I don't follow it. I don't actively even bet on the games just because, again, it's never at the top of my mind. I always forget, or I just don't think about it, or I focus on something else. It's just, I can't force myself to like sports if I just don't. But I hope that shows you then how crazy clear these rituals are. And even look, this G on this guy's shirt, G, Freemasonry. We just saw the compass and square at the G. And remember, Trump had his GOP convention begin July 18th, 18/7, 187 days before Inauguration Day. The land of D.C., where 187 is the number. A very special number to Scottish Rite Freemasonry as well. See? Times, playing under Saturn, keeper of time. And his campaign lasted 511 days. Remember, Donald Trump made his... See, this is dangerous. Because there's so many examples in this book, I'll just keep scrolling through, and I'll never stop the video. But it's good. It's a good thing. It means this book is filled with nothing but perfect examples showing you this agenda laying out in plain, clean English, which equals 74. Right now, this book is written in the language of the New World Order. And that's what English is. And it reverse engineers it and shows you how it's operating. Remember Donald Trump's $133,000 I think salary or something they said? This is before he's president. And then they said he's the 133rd richest in the nation. And then now he's the 133rd appearance on Fox Tonight right here. President 133, government 133. See? So clear. Government actor, president 133. That's why I'm saying for Elizabeth Warren, they've been putting out 133 videos and stuff like that. At the very least, it means that she's running for president. But all that coding has me suspicious. You know, apprentice equals 133. The apprentice, the president, the government, which is what the apprentice is a government-produced propaganda event, show, foreshadowing Donald Trump. Firing everybody in the White House, which is exactly what he's doing, and people still don't see how he's just an actor for the Freemasons. Crippled America also equals that. So, yeah, get the book. I'm sure after this video, I'm sure a lot of people are going to get the book if you haven't already, because, I mean, this is addicting. Just looking at these examples, I don't even want to stop the video, but there's 800 pages I'm going to have to, or we'll be sitting here all day looking at all the examples, which, again, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Also, like a bad equals 74, like free. All right, peace out.